UFC 305 in 2 minutes or less. This is Daily Tapouts. Welcome to the show. That was one hell of a fight night. And to kick off the main card, Carlos Prates knocked out Li Liang in the second round. That was total domination from Carlos Prates and one of the nastiest knockouts I've ever seen. It quite literally took me out of my seat. Carlos Prates is a real problem for that weight class, and I'm excited to see who they give him next. Next up on the main card was Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Tai Tuivasa. This was another fight that was total domination from one side. Jairzinho was able to pick Tai Tuivasa apart the entire time on the feet. Although one judge gave Tai Tuivasa every single round, that's probably one of the worst scorecards we've ever seen in the history of the sport. I don't have much to say about this. It's heavyweight MMA. Dudes get their asses beat all the time. Tai Tuivasa's now on a 5-fight losing streak. And Jairzinho looked pretty good last night. Alright, now let's get into some of the fun stuff. Dan Hooker versus Mateusz Gamrot. You want to talk about a barn burner? That was one hell of a fight. Dan Hooker said in the lead up of this fight that the UFC knew he was going to be the guy to bring out the excitement from Mateusz Gamrot. I'd say he did a pretty damn good job. Mateusz Gamrot pushed the pace of that fight, but Dan Hooker showed how badass he really is. An absolute bloodbath of a fight with every aspect of mixed martial arts littered throughout the contest. Phenomenal fight from both men. Super glad to see Dan Hooker back up in the rankings. On to the co-main event. A super short fight, so there's not much to say here. Kai Kara-France put Steve Erceg out early. A beautiful step-through combo that had Steve Erceg flat on his back. A few more strikes later and the fight's over. Kai Kara-France KOs Steve Erceg in the first round. On to the main event of the evening. UFC 305 was headlined by Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya, in a fight that was just as good as it was hyped. What a beautiful performance from both men, and a beautiful display of violence. Dricus du Plessis choked out Israel Adesanya in the fourth round to retain his middleweight belt. Both fighters had success on the feet, but once the fight got to the mat and Dricus was able to gain control, it was a wrap from there. For the fighters on the main card, where do we go from here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, have a good day. This has been Daily Tapouts. Thanks for watching.